morning! So I had a super busy weekend and didn't really have a chance to pre-record this, so we're going live! And I'm not as early as I wanted, but you know, this hair doesn't fix itself. But, happy Monday. Hope you're having an amazing Monday if your Monday has already started. But first things first, this really isn't so much as a motivational push you quotes yada 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 video. This is more so something that I learned. So I actually got this book last week. I went to Barnes and Nobles and I kind of just putzed around and looked at books for a while. But so this book, it might be backward. No, it's not back. Yes, it is backwards. But this book, She Means Business by Carrie Green. It is more women driven and it's more so towards women entrepreneurs, but there's a lot of crazy, amazing information in there. So something I took away from it so far that really excited me, because it's something I've pretty much done my entire life, but never knew, one, the benefits of it, two, that it was actually a life practice, and three, that there was a word for it. So if you're like me and do what I do, and that is, you know, before you go into any situation, before you go anywhere, have any conversations, you know, you're meeting up with a friend, a boy, a girl, a interview, whatever, you play it out in your mind, or you play out those conversations, which I will honestly say, I am very, very anxious and nervous when it comes to situations that I can't fully play out in my mind. So I've always done this. I always pre-converse conversations that I know I'm going to have, pre-think situations, and just kind of try to piece it all together so I'm not so nervous. I didn't actually realize this was a practice, and this is something that people teach. It is actually called future history. So when this book went into it, I was really excited because there's a word for my craziness, and it's not just me. So a little bit about future history. What it is, it's pretty much creating a situation how you want it to go. And as I've said many times, and as you've probably seen a million times everywhere, is your mind power controls it all. So as I've said before, you know, if you think it, it's going to happen. If you believe it, if you say it, it's going to happen. Fake it till you make it, you know? But, so this book goes in more detail of basically, you know, say you do have a job interview coming up and you're nervous about it. What you want to do is pretty much play out that entire situation in your mind, come down to the handshake, the feels, the smells, the conversation, how it'll go yourself, your responses to certain scenarios. And basically just dream it real. Because when you do this, not only are you going to walk into that situation more confident, because the more you keep living it in your mind, the more it's going to seem like it already happened. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, you know, I'll gladly speak one-on-one with anyone about this personally with more information, more detailed. But basically it's just creating a situation in your mind, how you want it to go, and your thoughts are just as strong as actions. So if you're thinking it and you're like, this is going to happen, and you're just so real in your mind, it's going to push towards that coming true and that happening the way you want it to, just because you're confident with it. You've already played it out in your mind. You already know how you want it to go. So you're going to drive your thoughts and have your actions be more towards that scenario, how you want it to play out. An example that I really thought was interesting, I'm sure some of you already, you know this, but it's not something I follow, so unfortunately I didn't. But one of her examples was Muhammad Ali. And it was basically saying, you know, if you look into it, a lot of his matches and a lot of, you know, his life was all based on future history. In this book, it actually gives an example of one of his matches. He said that he was going to win in the fourth round. And what happened? He won in that fourth round. And it basically says, you know, he has a couple talks on this explaining future history and how he made these things happen. But it's pretty much just explaining that, you know, during every fight, he knew the outcome he wanted. He knew how it was going to happen. He knew how it was going to end because he played it out so in-depthly in his mind that the scenario turned out that way. And the whole entire match, he was basically working himself up to that final outcome that he already envisioned. So it's really, really an interesting concept and really something that I'm going to pursue more and I'm going to train more and practice more into because I really think it's exciting. You know, as I said, it's something I've always done, but never in, I guess, a progressive, positive mindset, you know, never negative, but, you know, I've never done it in a way that, you know, it creates success. But just the thought of it, you know, I do understand how it could create success because it does make you more daring and confident. So, future history, it's an amazing topic. If you want to talk to me more about it or you want more of this book info, go ahead. Let me know. I'm really interested in it right now, and I think it's amazing. So, one way, if you do want to get into future history, one way that they explain, the easiest way to start it, just because we all have a hard time keeping our minds on track. You know, you start thinking about something, then you think about the grocery list, you think about what you gotta do tomorrow, today, later, the kids, this, that, Christmas shopping. But the start out idea that they had is pretty much you get a jar, call it your dream jar, and then on multiple pieces of paper, pretty much write down whether it's your dreams, your goals, something you want to happen, something you think is coming, something you want to come. And pretty much just fold those up, put them in those dream jars, and then once or twice a day, whenever you have time, but minimum once a day, pull out one of those piece of papers out of your dream jar and pretty much, you know, set a 2-minute alarm on your phone and for 2 minutes just visualize that scenario. You know, it gives you something to physically see and you're not jumbling your mind everywhere. But so 2 minutes, pull out one of those pieces of paper out of that dream jar and just focus on it. Just try to feel it, smell it, just the whole entire scenario. The more in-depthly you can visualize it, the better it's going to be and the closer your outcome is going to be. So that was future history. Something really exciting. Again, if you want to see the book, if you want more information, you want more of the information on future history as I've learned, let me know. Also, if you like this topic and this interests you, like, share, share, share. You guys have been a little slacking. I see you all watching my videos, but no one's giving me love. I need that loving. So, I love you all. Have an amazing, amazing Monday. Again, future history, try it. Let me know. If anyone's willing to try it, I'd love to share thoughts and suggestions and ideas with you. You know, work together, see how it goes. I'm very interested in this right now. So have an amazing Monday. Remember, you're beautiful, you're amazing, you're awesome. Bye. Oh, maybe.